Hello, welcome back to another episode of Time Capsule Unearthings. I'm your host Jason, and I have like a pickup, some action figures that I've got from Ollie's, online, and I believe Walmart. So I'll start with the first one. Just they're in no particular order. I liked how they designed this one, and I wanted to get it because it's more like a reimagining of one of my favorite childhood toys, like one of my first memorable action figures I had as a kid. So this is the Masterverse He-Man. So it's the 40th anniversary of He-Man. You know, he comes with alternate hands and his signature weapons. I got it on clearance at Walmart for 15 bucks. So, you know, the package has the old classic meteors, I guess you'd call it. I almost said Metroid, that's a video game. But meteors, like, exploding out, you know, in it. It doesn't quite look like the other Masterverse packages. You know, like usually they have like a side profile or a picture on the side of the figure with artwork. So instead they just only have the artwork on the back. You know, you got Castle Grayskull back there, He-Man riding Battle Cat, and Skeletor, you know, looking cringe here in the corner right there. But that's the first one. And then the second one that I got this from Ollie's. So this is Masters Universe Origins, Panther, and this is the unflocked version. I already have the flocked version, but I wanted the box from when our house gets done to like display them, and it got destroyed. So but anyways, the side looks like this. You got Fisto, and then some guy, I don't even know who it is, like a centaur figure, but maybe something that was in one of the prototype drawings, I don't know. Then the back, you got Skeletor on Panther with battle armor, and then you got He-Man on Battle Cat with his battle armor on, and Castle Grayskull in the background. You know, the cross cell, and you know how to put the saddle thing on. Some little dinosaur looking guys on this side, and then, like I already showed you that side. But yeah, that's what that one looks like. And the next one I got from Ollie's also for 10 bucks, just like the other one. This Battle Armor He-Man. I already had Battle Armor Skeletor, so I wanted to get He-Man. Finally got around to getting him at a decent price. So, you know, he comes with all his signature Battle Armor weapons like he did in the retro. Never came with a shield in the retro line. But he has this like calling down the power effect that you put over the sword, and the vintage style head, which I like a lot better. You know, and then he's got artwork up there. On the back, you got Merman, he's fighting, and Man-at-Arms is in the background, ready to assist, along with the cross cell, and it actually functions like the original. However, for the articulation, to have the arms that go up and down like this instead of just, you know, swiveling like that, they made this smaller. So I'm not really a big fan of the symbol being that much smaller, but in order for the articulation, they had to, like, I think, crunch it in to make it smaller. On Skeletor, it's not as noticeable because of the other armor that goes around it, but, you know, I wanted a new style version of that. The next pickup I got was off of eBay. I got it for like 15 or 20 bucks, something like that. This is the Masterverse Hordak. It's part of the Princess of Power subline, because, you know, Hordak was always the enemy in the old Filmation cartoons with She-Ra. That was like his arch nemesis. But this side shows that. That side shows Hordak with his blaster arm, because he had technology he could turn into that. And the back has Leech and Mantenna, and he's on his throne with his like little powers coming out of his fingertips. So that's what he looks like, and then the cross cells down here. Okay, the next pickup was also from Ollie's, and this is the retro carded Fantastic Four Human Torch. So, you know, he's got like alternate hands, little flame effects, and he's more of like the classic comic style because he has these black, you know, lines like he does in the comics. I kind of liked how he looked, retro style. As far as this line goes, the only two that I like is Thing, which I already have, and Human Torch. I don't really like how Mr. Fantastic looks. I'm not a big fan of Invisible Woman, and these two enemies, I don't even know who they are. I mean, I can read the names, but I have no connection to them. So with any line, I only get what I have a connection to or what actually interests me. Like as far as design, like there's some other lines that, you know, if I ever have extra money, I wouldn't mind having, like Mythic Legions. I don't really have a connection to them, but they're like inspired by a lot of Masters of the Universe lines, and I like the design of them. That's rare for me to do that though. The next pickup I got from Ollie's. This is Masters of the Universe Mossman. It's kind of like the packaging seems like it's darker up here, but it's hard to see him. But he's got like little vine effects, alternate hands. Looks like three sets of hands. There's 4 extra hands in there. And the side, you know, says Mossman on one, and then he's looking all glowing eyes and creepy. And then on the back, you know, he's back here. You got Beastman and Skeletor. He's like blending in with the jungle and ready to come out and, you know, get them, or maybe he's just spying on them, seeing what they're doing, and then he's gonna relay it to everybody else. The next pickup I got from Walmart. I think it was like $11.97, and this is just the basic style Hulk Hogan. I'm not a super big wrestling fan, don't plan on getting a lot, but I always liked Sergeant Slaughter, Hulk Hogan, and Mr. T. So, you know, I don't need a ton of articulation. I don't need the ab crunch and the butterflies and the ball joint hips. You know, he's just decent enough, you know, go on a shelf like with other real life heroes when I get them, like maybe like Rambo, Hulk Hogan there, Mr. T, those kind of, you know, I like those to be on a shelf, the ones that were from my childhood. After filming, I had another pickup that I did before I edited, so I'm going to add this in there. This is Masters of the Universe Origins Leech, Evil Master of Power Suction. So I was able to pick up this one at Myers for $10. So they had it on clearance, like 10 something. But yep, so I like how this one incorporates the original action feature, but it has an alternate head, so it looks more realistic as a toy can be of this type. So kind of cartoony, more cartoony, but more functional because, you know, that's a suction cup on his face. And then his hands, he actually has alternate hands. He, however, does not have alternate feet. The back artwork looks like this. So he has one of the Snake Men, and he's, I guess, draining his life force is what it looks like in a swamp. He's a leech, so that's where they would, you know, hang out. And it shows how to use his action feature, which is just suction cups. But yep, that's another pickup I got. And I have another one that I received a few days later in the mail from, I believe, eBay. I got this, or Amazon. I'm not sure. I tried to find it at Walmart. Like, it's hit and miss with these, even though, you know, you could buy all 4 of like the bad guys and get them. But it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Playmates. I think they call them classics. So it's like basically the reissue of Ninja Turtles. So I got Krang. I never had this one as a kid or back when I used to collect stuff before I sold off my collection. I never had Krang, but I always liked the design. I liked the little, you know, robot body, you know, the brain. I thought it was kind of neat how he just had a little walking robot body, just something different. I liked the character for that, like for the design, and that's why I wanted to get it. Now I've seen, like I said, some like Walmarts and Amazons, they'll have like Bebop, Rocksteady, Krang, and Shredder as a pack to buy together. I had Shredder as a kid. I didn't really like him because of like how he was hunched over in his back. I had Bebop and Rocksteady, but Rocksteady's okay, but how they brought him back, he's not painted right at all. Like his shoes aren't red. He's just missing a lot of detail paintwork. So I've saw him, I don't like how it looks. So Rocksteady's okay. His camo's not quite right. Like I think his wristbands aren't painted like the classic version. But yeah. And then the last one I got was also off of eBay. I think I got the Elite version, so that's like I guess the top of the line of the wrestling figures. It's Mr. T. So it's from like WrestleMania 1, his outfit. You know, he's got his robe, like his little vest, his gold chains, of course, alternate head, baseball cap, looks like a riding crop, kind of like or a baton like Sergeant Slaughter would have almost. And then the side has a portrait of him wearing his camouflage jacket. I kind of wish he had the camouflage jacket, but also it wouldn't match his red pants. In my opinion, it wouldn't. And then there's this side. I think there's a San Diego Comic-Con version that came with the camouflage jacket, but you know, I also kind of like the old Galoob 6-inch figure, about 6 inches. How that outfit he's wearing, like of Mr. T or B.A. Baracus, I would like a 6-inch updated figure of that. Eventually, if they ever make one, or maybe somebody custom does it out there. But yep, this was my last pickup of this haul. And like I said, like these all I found at fairly reasonable prices, and that's what I like to do. I like to kind of wait till stuff's somewhat reasonable unless I really want it, because with the prices nowadays on some of the stuff, you know, brand new, you know, 24, 25 bucks, Star Wars figures are like ridiculous now. 54
for like some of the action figures.
Mike was saying some of the action figures are $54. Now, those are like usually like 2 packs or something like that. I'm pretty sure, maybe like stuff you get on the internet that's like more like online only. I'm talking like they're like 33, I think, for some of the Black Series figures now. You know, that's pretty pricey for one figure, when a lot of these, like, I paid $10 for 10, 15. Pretty pricey, but that's what I like to do. You know, get the stuff that interests me out of every line. That's what I like to do. So, but let me know in the comments if you have any of these figures. Which one's your favorite out of the haul? What, you know, anything that you want to comment, and I'll get back to you. Till the next video, have a good night and take care.